Welcome, people. Welcome. Hope so everybody good, everybody up, and everything is good. Hope that your Friday has gone well. I know that a lot of you guys are still in tune with us. So I'm just going to wait a few seconds before I say it, but yeah, I'm happy to be here with you guys once again, man. I had an interview earlier today with Miguel Coley. It was a good interview, touching on a lot of things that we never really get to. Big up yourself, Fresh God, long time boss. Also, we touched the 800 subscriber mark, so we're now at 800 subs. So yeah, big up to us, man. We want to reach at 1K ASAP, so we just put in the work and get there. So as I mentioned, I had an interview earlier today with Miguel Coley, and for the people that haven't seen it, let's go back on the channel and watch it, man. It's the first video on the channel. It's also a feature, so just go ahead and watch it, man. Hopefully I'll be joined by two fellows very soon, so we can jump right into the action. But since I'm here already, I'll just go ahead and just deal with it. And there's a lot of things that I want to discuss. One more so about league itself, right? The league itself, I'm talking about Jamaica Premier League. So I want to touch on it based on things that has transpired in terms of one, the league format, and two, people saying that they should have a separate cup competition different from the knockout stage that they have put into the competition now. So that is one thing that I want to address, and also the upcoming quarterfinals in the Jamaica Premier League, because we always talk about international football over here, football in Europe and all that, but now is the time that we need to zoom in and zone in on our own country. Big up yourself, same way, Demo. Yeah, man, 800 and going. I think it's what now, 801. That's a go for it, brother. Can't get no better than this, so just have to go upwards. And tell me before, just look forward to more short videos and all those things coming forward. So yeah, right there. So what I'm gonna do is look at the table in terms of how it finished in the regular season, right? To give us a better understanding of what I'm alluding to. So I'm gonna do this quickly. All right. Not sure if you guys can see that, so let me zoom in on it a bit more. All right, so look at that, for example. Regular season, there you have Waterhouse finishing on 49 points from 22 games, right? So they got 49 points, as I mentioned, from 22 games. They're 23 with a plus 23 goal difference. In second position was Dundee Holding. They finished on 44 points, goal difference of 9. Arnett finished third, 42 points, 14 goal difference. Mount Pleasant, my team, finished fourth with 41 points, 13 goal difference. And Cavaliers fifth, 35 points, with a goal difference of 8. Harbour View finished with the same points basically as Umberland and TG, but they had a better goal difference and a head-to-head record. So Harbour View finished on 28 with a plus 3. Reason why I brought this up, I have to look at it a bit deeper than how we actually just talk about it just so. So hold on, let me just zoom in on it a bit more. All right, I think that's good now. So my thing is that you look at how they have structured this, right? And if you really look at it and take things into consideration, how unfair would it be for a team like say Waterhouse to finish the thing at 48 points, right? And when they finish the season 48, they play against the Harbour View in the finals, and Harbour View finish on what 28 points thereabout. So, I'm supposed to finish the season on 49 points. 49 points. What was actually garnered? So, am I supposed to finish on 49 points? And then you go to a playoff, and then a team like Harbour View beat me at the finals, a knockout game, because yeah, it's 2-leg, yeah, but you know that in knockout games anything can play. So imagine a team like that just knock you out and you end up the season empty-handed. Basically, after all the hard work you put in right throughout the season. And Demo, brilliant point, man. This is exactly what I'm alluding to. Demo saying that I think they should give the regular season winner some money or some, well, not necessarily money, but trophy itself. The other day, I think Fresh God made a comment on our channel, and it was a brilliant idea, something that I've thought about a long time ago. What I think they could do is that have the league format itself and just try capitalize on it and maximize on it as much as possible. So instead of having 22 games, they could possibly extend the season, right? That's my thing. Extend the season instead of just simply leave it as it is. Like give me a sec. So Fran is saying that they used to give the team that ends on most points money. Yeah, I know they used to do that, but what I'm saying is that that's not enough. So what I'm putting across is that what they could do, and I don't really want to sell all of my ideas them enough because people might just run with it and don't give it no credit. But what I am putting across, and just as Fresh God said it, what they could do is that have a cup competition to bring out the fans and bring more intrigue into the thing. So, for instance, seeing that you have the JPL and then you have the other league that the qualification league that they're going through right now. Seeing so like the parish teams they could get teams from those to play off against these teams. Something similar like FA Cup and things like those to give more teams an opportunity, right? Versus just simply just cut it down to six at the end. And I put this across because I don't like it. Just like I mentioned about Club Brugge the other day in Belgium. If you look at it, all season long, right? All season long, Royal Union St. Giloy, man, them basically beat up every team in the league for the entire season. Now, when they cut down the league now and cut it into basically two, so you have the teams that are going to play off for Europa, Conference League, and Champions League. So they cut it into six, and then they have next six player for relegation and all of those things. And then at the end of the day, after Union Gila finished the season around 71 points and Bruges was around 65 thereabouts, when it came around to the knockout stage now, Bruges ended up getting better of the teams. So Bruges end up winning the title, the Belgian title, in which throughout the entirety of the season, Union Gila was a better team. So I'm not a fan of it at all. And Fran also saying that Jackie Bell knockout was like that. They could create a new cup, call it the Captain's World Cup or the Captain's Cup. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. But the thing is that, I don't really think that they look on marketing a lot. I think they put much emphasis on marketing, and that are the main problem with Jamaica football. In terms of, I'm not just talk about the JFF alone, I talk about come right down to the clubs. Don't think the emphasis is placed on building, marketing the product, because if you look at it, if you decide say yo, you're gonna bring a team from say Saint and my place and the next team from Hanover, one from Art. So Saint and out because we're already Montreal. And so let's say we are bring a team from out Manchester, since as them now have no team in the league right now. Plus teams from St. Thomas and all of them places. Seeing that are gonna bring more fans to the team. More revenues can be garnered from there because guess what? You're gonna bring in all of them fans that will come in. Because everybody from out of St. Thomas, everybody from Manchester go say, yo, this is a team and then a league for we, Well, not league, but the cup. This are the team in the cup for we, So we have to push the support behind them. We have to give them the support to help build the team more. Seeing and yeah, this is the thing that I'm getting across. And Fran is saying that this would help the lower teams make money from the match through the entrance fee. Yeah, that means a fam. And then that would aid in development. Because remember that is a bigger picture we look at now. Most of them probably you can say yeah, they're short sighted, so they not look on the bigger picture where they just look on success just so. Just look on the success like it's a get like something that just jump straight to seeing. Why not looking at the building blocks? We always talk about build from the grassroots and all of that. This is a case where we build from scratch and take our time climb up the ladder. Because if you do that now, you start getting a little money from entrance fees, trying to just put it in, and then after you do that now, you take that money where you get from the entrance fee and just try to invest it back in the program. Seeing, so if you never have a good field before, you invest in a proper field. If you never have proper equipments before, you invest in a proper equipments. That is something they could have taken into consideration. Build up from the scratch. build up from the grassroots so you can produce better talent and you can have the talent spread across the entire country versus you just have the talent just there one section really. 12 teams in the league and you decide to say nah extend it in which yeah I kinda understand that. But as me said before, the league itself now, cool with the league, but I want them push that on the season longer in terms of make the teams them play more game. When I look at Scotland, I think Scotland only have like 12 teams. Yeah, people might say they have the revenue and all of that. Seeing? However, at 34 games a man they play. Yeah. 34 games a man they play. So if you look on it from the angle, you know some money is there to be made. Development can be made from all of this, but I don't think you will really think that much. You see me, I don't think we have the wherewithal in terms of our brain. Alright, see correction. 38 games as a matter of fact them play. So see the so my thing is that we have to play the thing deeper than just on the surface. Right? We can't just look on the thing as on a surface level and think say, yeah, success is going to come. Because come on, man, we all want to see the Jamaica Premier League reach a high heights. Just as I mentioned, the interview with Sir Coley today, right? Sir Coley, the coach. I asked him about players coming into his team over there in Qatar and said that not for right now, but I mean, if we can actually help to develop more talents, we can push more into Europe. When we look on it now, um, Arnett Baller, Cephas. That man gone and Macedonia, no problem because guess what? It's a stepping stone into going to another big club in Europe. We don't want just one, two, three, four man ago. We want to have a bunch of guys that move. You see, just like these African countries, and even South American countries like Brazil and those countries can have a plethora of youth just jumping over into Europe. That's the sort of mindset we should have. But as I keep on saying, we lack the wherewithal when it comes down to that to actually get it to reach up to that standard. And I'm a big fan of marketing, and I'm not going to stop singing that tune and that tone until something actually come of it. Because again, everything that we do, it concerns money. If you don't have money, the program can improve at all. So that's my thing. And yes, just got saying that franchise is a way to go, but them don't see it as a development. Like give me a sec. Saying that they don't see it as a development and growth for the island football development. Them just looking at it now. Looking at it for now, okay. Um night Kedlan, yes Kedlan saying that good night, we need the under 20 competition. She's also saying that remember because Corona they had 3 rounds before. Okay. Before Corona that is. And he's also saying Scott is also saying that Sporting Central fan base was hype, them always support them team. So that's how much I get across here that you see instead of just having the 12 teams in the league, you can have a cup competition where you can include these sort of teams. That are my thing. So that are my bigger issue with it. So I think they can come up with a master plan and get this into motion. But boy, seems like they need some of us on board. But the thing is that yeah, what I get ahead of them, so they need to pay for them things because them not them just gonna take it and run with it and I will give them the credit. So that is the issue with it. But separate and apart from that, now we look back at the league itself now. Teams that are in there. Let's look. You have Waterhouse. Spoke about it at length over there. Yeah, them can stay by themselves. Don't be all them good. Another team from St. Catherine. So we have what? One, two, three, four, five, 6 teams from Kingston. So that's 6 from Kingston. And when you look at it, there's what? Two from St. Catherine, one from 2 from Clarendon, one from St. Anne, and one from St. James. That's not enough in my eyes because I think there's more talent out there to actually get into the thing. So I think they can do better with that. Yes, Fresh got saying that next year there will be 14 teams in the league. They just need a cup competition now. The other year it will be 16. Not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. The cup competition added to it now would just bring more fun to the thing. Because as you point out in a Fresh got in the comment the other day, more people we have on board in terms of the more teams, the better it is in terms of development, right? And Let me read this comment again from Fresh God saying that them say when it reach 16, them are gonna have a full season cup competition. Whoa. So they actually have some planning going on. Friend, what going, boss?
Damn, boss. You hear me good?
Loud and clear, man.
All right.
So Fresh God actually said they have it in motion in those certain plans because he's saying that next year there will be 14 teams in the league. Them just need a cup competition now. The other year it will be 16.
But will it be quality though?
That's the thing.
Because having quantity and no quality, then we're going to sit here and start cuss them again.
Truth.
Yeah, because then it's going to look like a walkover. Like when you look on the performance of some of the teams and right now in the league. You get what I mean?
Truth.
Because like Moby and them people there, when you look on the performances, it don't really show that we have a quality league.
Yeah, because look at Moby, 12 points and conceded 26 goals.
Yeah. So and bear in mind, I just 22 games to play. So just imagine if you play 38.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Just imagine if you play 38, what gonna happen?
Truth. But the idea that they're putting across, right? Well, before that, because Fresh God is making some good points. So Fresh God saying that for me, if a team cannot make it through different stages, then it make no sense. Yeah, because all right, for now, as I was pointing out, the cup competition now,
Yeah.
that is not a bad idea now. Because as I was pointing out, if you look at it now, and you brought it up, of these lower teams collect some entrance fee. That
Yeah.
entrance fee that they garner from at the gate, use it
Yeah.
to develop whatever development project they have going on. So whether it be equipment, feel, whatever it is,
Yeah.
have them invest it back into the club.
Oh, I mean that's the best thing to do. Because some of the guys them probably playing for free because that's a community team. You get what I mean? That's a parish team and them love it. Them grew up in it. So they're playing for free. You get what I mean? So if whatever entrance fee you collect, get me, or whatever winnings you get from the competition, it not just go into a club whereas you start to have proper infrastructure and stuff like that. But then players now can have an idea, say, boy, if me can get $3,000, of course it will help because I'm playing for free at the moment. You get
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So a small compensation, they have a saying, I think, encouragement sweeten labor.
Yep.
You get, and then besides that, the top clubs then start to see some players that they wouldn't normally see because they don't really go out and scout. So players are now playing for themselves, knowing that I can get in a top team. You get what I mean? And it's the same like what they're having now in England. I think it can work here in Jamaica. It just need planning. And I think Jamaica have the capacity to do it. They just need the proper persons on board, football minds, persons with football minds, to actually come up with these things. Because the organizers maybe they're good business mind, but then maybe they're not so much football mind. So you have to know get persons who have the football mind mixed with the business mind, so you can have a proper competition.
Yeah. And hold on a second, let me get this because it's the man that I follow closely to. You also have some information, and I'm talking about MG Sports at Military Gona.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man, that man has a lot of information when it comes down to this. So must jump on this. Yeah, what the hell is going on the wrong thing? Brought this up because I saw a fresh guy just make a point, so this is the reason I'm going to bring this up. So all right, well look at this now. They have
Yeah,
this thing they
I
call
was I was seeing a few games from here because one of the guys who play for Chuju's team, um, one Marcelino Blackburn.
he's
So
still playing for
one of
them.
them, yeah, man, he play for Chuju's FC.
Okay.
Him and a former player of Arnett Garden also named Andrew Pang.
I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, he's playing for Chuju's FC also. So I tend to follow a few of the games and stuff like that. And it have crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
It has crowd. So just imagine if you put a Waterhouse in to play against one of these teams, the crowd. I mean, these are clubs who carry massive fan base.
All right. So here's the points table. Can bring it up.
Sorry.
All right, so as it stands right now, Chapelton Maroons FC, they are top. They have played four and they have won four. They have scored 13 and five
Yeah.
goals. And then they have Falkland in second position and 10 points. They have won three and drawn one. Boy, Trudeau's not looking good, man. Way down. But
Hmm.
we're trying to get that. When you look at it, and this is what Fresh God is trying to say.
Yeah.
He's saying that if you're not the best two teams in the tier two competition, in which this is it, you cannot come to the JPL. Simple. So the quality will roll on through the leagues. I agree with that because reason being, based on what we're looking at right here, you can see that there's some sort of quality right here, and these teams have to give everything to actually make it out. So I think it's a top two from the JPL Championship, but actually make it into the league. So
Yeah.
that would be a good thing because I think Chapelton Maroons is from Clarendon, so no, that would be what three teams from
Okay.
Clarendon in the league. But this is a good idea because there's a spread of talent across the board. But it it bites back into what you're trying to say. You need to have the talent spread across more than one parish basically because as I mentioned, there's what six teams in the league right now from Kingston. That's half
Yeah.
of the league, and then you have two from St. Catherine, two from Clarendon, so 10 gone already, and then you have one from St. and one from Moby. Where's the rest
Uh-huh.
of the country? That's the issue, That's
Yeah.
the issue, and it goes into back into what we were saying in terms of this cup competition. Collect a gate receipt, in terms of the entry fee.
Uh-huh.
Look at the program, but
True.
why
But
is
it
that?
can, I mean, the cup competition can work. You get what I mean?
Uh,
Even because bear in mind, in England, when they have cup competition, some of these clubs who are the lower teams, it's not like they have good teams. So when I think the guy made the comment about using only the quality teams from the JPL, the tier two, I think all of them should get a shot. Bear in mind, sometimes these things bring some excitement because it gives the top teams in the Premier League the opportunity to play persons who haven't get any big games, who haven't get a lot of minutes. So the benchman them and the reserve guys them and all of these people get the under 21 guys them can get an opportunity to play and show themselves. You get what I mean? Because when you look at some of these clubs, how much time you see some of them man get game? 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
yep.
You get me? So this cup now gives them an opportunity to show the coach them quality and say, I should be starting. You get what I mean? So I don't think you should banish any club. I mean, that's what the cup is all about. They call it the giant killers. You have small teams that can actually kill bigger teams. You get me? So it bring a level of excitement also. Mind the quality sometimes might drop. You get me? But at the same time, these things happen even in the big Premier League, the quality drop. You get
True.
me? So I think you should give them a chance.
And here's Fresh God saying that the parish need to invest in their player man. That's why some parish dominate. And he's also saying that for the next two seasons there will be no team from Kasafa in the tier two competition. So that's a good idea. And he's also agreeing with us in regards to the cup competition. So the ideas are there enough right now, but the main issue that we have is that we don't have people right there in the setup or in and around the planning board to actually put these
But
in.
the guy that runs the guy that organized the league, what's his name? Chris Williams, that's his name.
Yeah,
Well, we need to get an interview with this man. We need to get an interview with him so we can ask him. Because sometimes we ask the wrong set of people these questions. We need to get him in an interview so we can ask him. Because believe you me, I mean, for us who are, I would say, football fanatics, you get what I mean? We have so much ideas of what we would like the football to be. You get
yep,
me? So just by fan giving in their ideas, and that's why some of the clubs all over the world with big fan base, they are so good because they take sometimes recommendations from the fans. These are the people spending their money. You get what I mean? So you can take some advice from us too because we have some damn good ideas, I would say.
facts. Since I touch on that, I want to stop a second and look at Chris Williams, right? Because you know that basically volunteer Jamaica or Michael Ricketts gone. See,
Mm.
based on what he has done for the JPL itself already, would you bring him on board as the next JFF president, or you think there would be too much conflict of interest?
Yeah. This is my thing, and you see
Because remember that
what you just
he's the
said.
major. I think he's the major sponsor right now.
Yeah. You know what you just said. Is talks that has been going on this island. Yeah. There are persons. There I would call these people again. There are members that are a part of the association who wants possibly for the next president to actually have a business mind
Hmm.
and get the persons with the football mind to link to be a part of the next board that they possibly want to form, just in case if they probably vote for the other guy. But this is bringing in Williams. He has to have some form of football mind. It's not just business part. Mind you, you can bring him maybe a part of your advisory board or whatever board you want to call it. You can bring him in just to do this because maybe he doesn't want to let go the JPL. You get what I mean? But if you can bring him in to be your advisor, to be the part that has a business mind, then that helps the federation. It can only help us to get better. You get me? So they can bring in that business mind to get the pull the marketing power because you already have the links with the top companies. You get me? So now
Yeah.
to bring in him and then for him to buy into what the federation have, whatever plan that they have, and then again, you need to see the plan to see what you can work with and what you can't. You get me? So the federation also needs to have that plan. Bring it to Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams say, all right, this will not work, this can work, or try this. And then see how best we can get the national team to have big sponsors so we don't have people having flight problems, hotel problems, and all of these things, you see me?
Hopefully Jay join us soon because man beat him and his what grandfather I said. Yeah, man, I want to beat him on it, man. The same catching FA president. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, man beat him on it, man, because we look on it too, so they're basically crap too, Same catching over because only two teams right now are there from the league, right? But what
From
I'm
St. Catherine.
yes, it's only two.
So Portmore is not a part of St. Catherine.
Yeah. But it's
And the
Portmore.
amount of teams in
It's,
Portmore.
it's only Portmore and Dundee only. Yeah, Gia, jump on, man. Jump on, man. But what may I try to put across is that St. Catherine is big. Remember at one point we have Rivali and all those side in the league and all of that. No,
Yeah.
well look at it. Based on what we have heard and all of that, why is it that St. Catherine can't develop more? Why they can't have more teams in the league as well? Because it's not a case as if it's set in stone that it's only cassava teams can make it. There's a qualification process that teams have to go through to make it into the league. So why is it that St. Catherine, as big as they are in terms of square kilometers and all that, why is it that we can't have more than two teams in the league from there?
All right. And I think one of we probably don't want to say it, but I think it's a problem where the whole, should I put this, the war that goes on in these areas in St. Catherine. Like there's so much turf war and gang related wars and stuff like that that goes on that cause a lot of persons don't want to stray from their area. And a lot of people don't want to go on the ball field and stuff like that because it's from that area and this area. And that might hamper the football. And we know already that when Jamaica is populated in terms of football being played, there less crime goes on. You get what I mean? And where I'm from in Arnett Gardens, we have seen that whenever footballer play, man, there's no war going on. There's no shot being fired. You get what I mean? So I think what is going on in St. Catherine, a lot these things hamper people and they don't want to go out and play. They don't want to even go out and watch. So I
But the
think
reason,
that's
the reason I bring
probably
it
one
up,
of the
right?
things.
Look at
Yeah.
this. Well, look at St. Catherine, right? I'm closer to the Yerton side, based on where I come from, because I come from the Money area.
Yeah.
All right, you have Yerton here so as a community. Bagwak not they too far from this. Linstead not they too far from this.
Mm-hmm.
It's been in all them places not they too far from this. So why is it that we can have a club farm right there and we just
Right
building
in
on
that
it?
there, right?
Yeah, because
I, I think it
generally
takes
about
investment, you know. It takes
again.
one person to actually invest.
Exactly. So that's something I pitch across the idea as Fresh God said earlier, you know, that the parish need to invest into these things. So this is where the parish president comes in because this is the man that is supposed to go out there and try get
Mm-hmm.
sponsorship on board. Because I mean, yeah, club owners can do their part and they need to do their part, yes, because they have to look sponsorship for their club. However, as the parish FA president, you have to seek a way to actually help out these clubs, you know.
Yeah. Well, that is true. They have a big job to do, and I would probably believe that they get some monetary incentives from whether it trickle down from the federation comes down to the parish places. They must get some money to do certain things, and you would want to believe that they are using it to do the right thing. But we don't know where this thing going unless some auditing is being done. We don't know where these things are going. But just a side note, I believe for for the big teams, if you're not going to do cup competition because you're always looking for talent, you get what I mean. One of the things that here we came up with the idea here was to do something they call like a drive, or if you want to call it in football terms, scouting. You get what I mean? Where you have maybe a Waterhouse guy scout and he goes to watch these type of games, community games, and because there's so much talent in Jamaica in the youth, it is crazy.
Facts.
You know? You
And
get what I
you just
mean?
make that
Just
set to try there, sir, because they know say it was up until what last week. Someone present up on a recruitment drive and they're recruiting youths from between that
every
one
year,
between 2000 and
every
2004 till
four,
2022. Yeah,
every
I
year
know
we
that
do
they do
that.
it every year now. So
Every year.
what I'm pitching across is that why is it that more clubs don't run with this idea?
I
I
think
mean,
I think after the season,
more
I
players
tell
have
you what.
the money still, you know. We know that they have the money
Yeah,
that
and I think after the season finishes for most teams, they don't want any other to do it because they have to spend money. And I believe that's the thing. When the season done, they don't think about paying this and paying that. So don't worry about that part. But if you're looking at it, I mean football is business. And if you're looking at football to be business, this is a way to go.
facts. Facts, and as I put it out, you know, and I pointed out earlier, I look at it right now. We have quite a few youths moving into Europe, you know. Them it may not be the major leagues in Europe, but they are moving to Europe. I know that they
Yeah,
can use wherever they go, the Scandinavian countries and all these countries as a stepping
yeah.
stone to get into the bigger one. So what I'm putting across is that if you have a club now and you as a parish president decide say, you know what, see that club I try thing over here, say, you know, man, yeah, so I'm gonna try garner some funds to try and develop some more talent so we can have more players going into the overseas market. But as we're saying, vision is short sighted. That's a problem we
Yeah.
face.
Right.
Yeah, all gone.
They are bizarre. Wow,
Long time we've come and I'm on beat the same catching FA president because I know that you're closely affiliated with him. So why is it that we have communities like your turn right there? Lodersville is not too far away either because it's right up there.
remember we got Dumbo with it.
Yeah, Dunbeolin is right there. Dunbeolin and Portmore, that's it. What I'm putting across is that why is it that Yurton, based on where they are, um, Patespin, Linstead, and Bagua can't have a club?
No, I'm saying they do got a club, but it's in the part of St. Catherine Super League,
Which one?
the the Parish League, the St. Catherine
Yeah, yeah,
Super
yeah.
League.
Team.
Dumbledore, you got Dumbledore FC. You got hold on. Yeah, what's it called again? Yeah, because we used to go watch the games. Because my grandfather used to go watch the game. It's the parish leagues. They're very small. So it's like
Mm.
it's like teams that they only play like 22 games in a season. They're not like big teams.
So where's the development? What are saying now? Why is it that the FA president cannot try to get some sponsorship on board to help to develop these clubs more?
No, I'm saying we tried to develop it, but we tried to develop it because remember the thing about Jamaican football is very political. It's too political for him. So that's why I think he doesn't really pay attention to it too much. Well, because another part about it is that we had sponsors on board. For example, we had Lime, and then And then when I was there with him, we used to take our under 15, under 17 kids to the competition. We used to take them to like the beach. We used to take them to like bar grounds. We used to take them to like Spanish Town Prison Oval and all that good stuff. Take them all over the place and treat them. But my suggestion to him was that why don't we have the first division, the second division, just call it a day? And then he was like, yeah. And he was like, part of the problem is that a lot of people don't want to give up their space. So, like I said, so because I already suggested to him, because remember in the last couple weeks ago, I'll tell you that, hey, why don't they put Boys Town and Arnett Garden as one team, right? Because that's like that's like just right there. And he was saying that a lot of people they're small minded. They don't want to really give up the teams because really and truly, you and I know that, and 90% of the people in Jamaica know that Boys Town and Arnett Garden they're too close to have a team,
All right.
and you in August Town is too close to have a team.
Correct.
Yes, yes. So that's what I told him to, and they got a team at they got a team. What's that team called again? Yeah, what's that team called again? Um, hold on. Santos. Hold on. Because I think that Spanish. I think that Kingston and St. Andrew they got too many teams. Because I
Yeah,
know you.
yeah. Remember we spoke about that in about. All right. Here's the thing, and Fresh Garden comment section actually said it. So based on how the Jamaica League Two is set up now, basically the championship for the next 2 seasons, no teams from Kingston, that is Kasafa, will be a part of it in terms of coming into the league. So it will just be teams outside of Kingston. And each for the next 2 seasons, 2 teams will be coming up. So next year, season coming forward, after this one is finished, 2 will come up. The season after there will be 2 more. So eventually there will be 16 teams in the league.
What, the first division or second division?
Yeah, man, that's the first division, Jamaica Premier League.
I think that's too much.
Why?
Look at sucks. I would compare Jamaica to Uruguay. How much team Uruguay got in their first division?
Is it 10
12.
or 12?
12. 12.
Mm-hmm.
From a population standpoint, we got to look at population standpoint. We got to look at economics, right? Even look at, let me see. Even look at Switzerland. How much team they got? Around like 12, right?
Correct.
All right, same thing. Like you notice, you notice the Belgium league. Normally they have 16 teams, right? They only expand because of COVID, right? You notice the only countries that got 20 teams is Germany.
No, no, no.
No,
Germany has
no,
8
not Germany. I mean England, Spain, and Italy, right?
and France.
And France, right? But every other country, how many teams they got?
Well,
18.
well, well. Otherwise from Turkey and those places, because if memory serves me right, I think Turkey has what 24 teams.
They got they're shrinking it back down because remember COVID happened, so they had to keep everybody promoted.
Mm-hmm.
So from an economic standpoint, you gotta have less teams because right now you can search up right now. Chile don't even got 20 teams. Like Jamaica for Jamaica to have 16 teams, that's unreliable. That's unreal. That's unrealistic.
All right, Gio, Fresh guy is asking a question. He's saying too much how we need a full league competition, hence why 16
But
teams.
you
Oh,
can still have a full league with 12.
okay. Look at this, right? Okay, I look at this. I'm looking at economics, right? I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
at economics and what happened, right? Say, for example, right? Say Jamaica population, we only got around almost 3 million people, right? And we got mostly in the Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine, Portmore area. That's almost a million people right there, right?
All right.
So realistically, right? So realistically, how much how much funds do you think you really need to support one club? Probably like 50,000 minimum, right? Or even that too less, right? Probably 100,000, right?
And the thing is that you won't get that.
Yeah. So probably 100,000, right? So really, so
You're not gonna get that. That's the point.
I know that. So that's why we can't have 16 teams.
All right.
Okay,
But
Yes.
okay,
let
okay.
me,
And you
what
see
is
another
it?
problem with Jamaica football because look at this, right? Look at this, right? You know that England England is the only nation that got a first, second, third, and fourth division all the way down with one team, right?
Mm.
You notice in Germany, from once they just have a third division, they just created a third division the other day. But normally second division, first division, second division, then they split in two. Same thing with France, first, second, third, then they split in like two, then three, then four, whatever, right? Spain, same. Italy, the same, right? So because say for example, right, say we have 16 teams, right? And say we got good sponsorship. What's gonna happen to one of those teams when they go to the second division and they spend like 1, 2 year, 2, 3 year? They're basically going done, right? Because no more sponsorship money now coming. So that's why I need a balanced 12 team in the first division, just like Switzerland and those countries right there, right? 12 teams. And then in the second division, you need around like another 12 teams. And then in the third division, you
All right,
split
so
it.
all that sec. Let me check how much it does currently. So that's what.
Well, can I address the guy named Freshcott when he talk about 12 teams? How many
Sure,
games you can play?
sure. Because all right, Frana, there it is. There's 12 teams in the second division.
Okay,
So
that's
Frana,
how
go
it
Yeah.
need to be.
ahead, Frana.
Yeah, but you can get 38 games with the 12 teams. What's his name? Scotland, I think, have 12 teams and they play 38 games.
Yeah,
How they did it is that you play
33.
home and away, and home and away would have given you 22 games, but then they play a third time in the same 12. Yeah. When they play a third time now, then they break it down into top six and bottom six. And what happened now? The top six teams will play each other once. And that's how they end up with 38 games. And it is possible because if you have 22 games home and away, and then you play each other again once in the same 12, yeah, then you end up with 33 games.
Correct.
Then now when you go top six, bottom six, now the top six play each other once.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up playing 5 games, and that's why you end up with 38 games.
But question, good point that you're making, but all right, home and away, you play that, say, no, so 22 games basically cancel out each other. So, but for the third game, because each team would play each other 3 times before they
Yeah,
get to the six.
yeah.
Because,
So
you know,
you're
so
thinking
they're not going to
about
play each
home
other
and
before.
away, right?
Yeah. Levan, a matter of fact, stick up it. I just double check my research. Austria got 12 teams. Switzerland got 10 teams. They're gonna expand to
That's what I was
12
saying to
teams.
you, that I believe Switzerland has 10.
Yeah, but my bad. They're gonna expand to 12 teams.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna expand to 12 teams coming up in 2023-24 season. So not this season. Next season coming up, they're gonna expand to 10 teams.
All right.
So I'm just saying, look from a population standpoint. Population and realistically, right? Realistically, right? Say for example, right? Say we do say we do the 10 teams or the 12 teams, right? Because really and truly, I think that really and truly, Jamaica should only have like around like 20 teams, first and second division, and then the other teams is just playing semi-professional football. Because really and truly, what you need good facilities. Because it doesn't make no sense that you have 16 teams and 5 teams got state-of-the-art facilities, another 5 got okay facilities, another 5 got play upon dirt road or dirt ground. You know what I mean? And they hardly have stands for the fans. So why don't you fully professionalize the 10 teams and give them all the opportunity that they need, right? And then another 10 teams you give them semi-professional. And then for the example, right? Another suggestion which I suggested to my grandfather that he needs to do, but this is with Issa. He needs to cut out the Dacosta Cup, Money Cup, and the age limit. He needs to turn that down to like under 17. Because really and truly, you don't need no 18, 19-year-olds playing high school football. That's not taking anywhere. In other countries, 90, 18, 19-year-old, they're playing in the first division, second division, or they're playing in a B team.
It's not
Like
of the
what?
same quality, eh?
What's up? Yeah. I'm saying.
All right, so Frana, here's Demo saying that that's too complicated. Jamaica can't manage all that
What is complicated about it?
more
Okay.
teams to want.
Okay.
Hold on,
That
Okay.
Jay.
is not
Hold
complicated,
on, Jay.
man.
Let Frana address it.
That is not complicated. What is so complicated about that? Remember, these guys used to play 3 rounds of football in Jamaica, Just remember that. They used to play 3 rounds, brother. You
They
get
used
what I
to play
mean?
four
What is
rounds.
so complicated?
They used to play 4 rounds.
Demo, you're well informed. Demo saying that right now, even Augusto must have a team different from Hermitage.
No,
Hell
at
to the
this
no.
point, in my joke, yeah. At this point in my joke,
Yeah. Another thing. I'm asking you a question. Another thing, right? Realistically, what team in Jamaica can you say have a have a first team, a under 19 team, and an under 17 team?
But
right
he
now.
was there. These are things that were there before until I think they remove under 21 in them. These things
No,
were there. They remove
no.
under 21 because
What
they're saying if you are 20 and 19, you should be playing in the top team. That's what they were saying. And that's the reason they remove under 21. Which
which I
really and truly, I really believe that they should have kept under
no,
21.
which I truly agree with. Because to compete on another level, you need your 17, 18, 19 year olds to start making their debut. So what you need realistically, you need the under 18 team. Under 18 team that's playing like say for example, like
That's
we got the
playing
20
regularly.
professional teams. We got 20 professional teams, and each of them got an under 18 team and an under 17 team, and they play that
All
shit.
right, stick up in. You know that England is cutting out the under 23 come next season, so it's
Yes,
going to
because
under
they
20.
realize it garbage. Because they realize it
So
rubbish.
it's going to under 21 totally, right? What
Fine.
else? What I'd suggest now? I want to really have an under 21 for Jamaica. Why? Remember that I am personally looking at it from a developmental stage. I want more youths moving overseas. That's my aim. Not to say that I'm disbanding all the seniors in them. Because I'm more biased with that. We can't dash all the senior man in the program. Seeing because we still need the experienced players. But just as I mentioned the other day, a severe player youth named I think his name is Dustin Cohen. Youth is 15 years old. Those are things that I love to see. So what I'm putting across is that I think they should probably put a cap into the teams that are in the league to say that under 19 players has to play a certain amount of have to get a certain amount of game time throughout the season. So like put a cap and say, all right, so you have under 19 players, these players should get at least 2,000 minutes for the season. Not saying
You
that
know that. All right. You see that idea you're coming with, Gavin. You know that when you go to play CONCACAF under 20,
uh-huh.
these are the things you have to have. They give you a sheet with all the players, and all the players you have to accomplish a certain amount of minutes. And after every game, they come and collect the sheet. After every game,
So that's
and
what
they
I'm
check
getting
the
at,
sheet.
fam.
Yeah, but
Huh?
hold on. Hey, what's Cargill? Hey, Franco, I agree with you. But you know the funny part about it is, right? Do you know the funny part about it is? It's like Jamaica football is a perfect example towards West Indies cricket, right? Because look at this. West Indies cricket, right? I'm using the analogy. West Indies cricket. We always do pretty decent at the under 19 level, right? So what happened when because we now have no step up for the teams, right, to play better players, right? The same with Jamaica football. In CONCACAF, we always do good at the under 19, under 20, under 17 level, right? And then when it comes on to other step on that, that's where we get lost.
But
Big
all right, get what you're saying, Jay. But I've been paying keen attention to the league over the past 2 years. Three, I'll stretch it to three. I realized that the age of the teams start going downwards.
perfect.
If you look at the league this season, it's really unbelievable of a whole team
But
now.
Levon, why you think that happened, Levon? Since the corona,
Yeah, man, I know, man.
because money, people don't have the money to pay players 100,000 anymore.
Yep.
And what they realize, if I can have a guy who's 18 or 15, now in the constitution of the Premier League, the constitution that they have stated that you have um two different bracket. Whereas if you're playing as a professional or if you're playing as an amateur, and if you're an amateur, you cannot get paid. You get what I mean? You are not allowed to get paid. Once you're under 18, you are not allowed to get paid. And that is what they are doing in the Premier League. And if you decide to go over in the status of a professional, then it is different. The levels in how they deal with you, it is different. And a matter of fact, once you are under 18, you're only allowed to sign a 3-year agreement, no more than 3 years. So a man can't take a player and decide that he's 17, I'm signing him for 5 years. You cannot do that. And that is in the constitution of the Jamaica Premier League. So that's
Okay.
what they did when they like Mount Pleasant, how they use the youngsters them and having them coming up, brilliant from their part because they're stealing a lot of money while they have a lot of money. You get what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's what I think Arnett Gardens did when they gave away quite a few, like the Fictional and all of these guys. When they gave them away, the fans in Arnett Garden went wild because
Well,
they're
ambition
saying these
Harris.
guys, yeah.
Yeah,
When they
because
gave away some
he's
of
at
these guys, and
Formula E. Yeah.
Yeah, the keeper at Dunby holding now. You get what I
Damon,
mean? When they push away these guys, people start to go crazy because they're saying they're our best players. But
yeah,
then they weren't seeing what the management was doing. You get me? The hindsight of all of these things, they weren't seeing it. And they're saving a lot of money because when you look at Arnett Garden team during the whole pandemic time, they having guys who were 18-year old. You get what I mean? Now having the guy 18 and 17 and all, man, you're saving money because if you pay this man 15 or 20,000, he lives at home with his mom. You know. You're paying 5 players, 1 player salary.
yeah.
You get what I mean? And that's
Uh,
what
uh,
they did, and they save a lot more.
quick question: Is it 15,000 a week? 15,000 a week, right?
I don't know. I
15,000.
don't know.
15,000. But
I
but
don't know.
but but another thing, you know what's missing? YouTube. You know what we got to do? YouTube. When you get a chance, YouTube La Liga promises, right? It's really under seven, under nine competition. Where it's just every team they got an under seven, under nine team, and they just play free flow football. But another reason why England is going away with all the under 23. You realize that, so you know that England, right? They recently got a lot of youth players, right? But historically, England and Italy not really got a lot of good youth players, right? Because a lot of the teams in Germany, Spain, and France, Portugal, they got Netherlands, they got a B team, which is just 17 and 8 and 19-year old that playing in the second division and in third division. That's getting game
Mhm.
time.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
strictly 17, 18, 19 year olds getting game time.
yeah.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why. And that's what I said. And that's what I said. Because right now, even like Argentina, they show their under 17 league on YouTube and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like we don't need like a lot of these players, it's just like you said, you don't need to pay them a lot of money because they're sitting with their parents. So if you can say, hey, okay, right, okay, cut out the money cup, like limit the age limit a little bit and say every team have an under 19 team and they would just pay once a week on the weekend, right? Once a week on the weekend, and they would just train 3, 4 times a week. Because really true, that's what you need. And
All right,
what
let me finish before I get through
yeah,
this comments
yeah,
because
and I
let's
think
make some valid points.
yeah, and I think what the government need to do again, right? I think what the government or the clubs need to do, what they need to do, they just need to give more of the youths. They just need to give them nets and football and develop pitches and just tell the 7 and 9 year old all they gotta do. They don't need to teach them no tactics. They don't teach them nothing. They just need to give them a ball and for them to kick around because that's what they do in foreign countries. They just give the kids a ball and let them kick around because they don't and stop try to tell somebody why they're 12 year old. Hey, you need to be a forward. You need to be a defender or whatever. The only position that's defined in big teams is goalkeeper. You know what I mean? Because normally coming through the ranks, you can see like players from Ajax and Bayern Munich and Barcelona, the big teams. Most of them they play when they play defense, they play the entire back line and they play the midfielder. When they play striker, they play everywhere. When they play midfield, they play everywhere. Like stop limit players to one position. What's 12, 13, 14 years old?
All right.
Yes, yes, you're
Fresh
supposed to
God,
have a
Fresh God, respect for the correction. So, Umberland is actually not the oldest team. Don't be older is, and
They
he also
are. Don't be
he also
really old. They are.
he also went on to say this season Umberland has decreased their age a lot of young players come in. We have
I,
6 old players and around
that is
18
true.
young players. And
Yeah, that is
he was
true.
saying that as the season went on, Umberland started to fill out the team with young players. Some might not have played, but there are a lot of young players there.
Yeah, that is true
yeah.
because I watched a few games with them when they were playing at the Captain Horace Burrell Field, and
Hmm.
they had you realize after they had a break, I think they came back. They had some younger players coming into the fray. That is true.
And yes,
Yeah.
Christoph saying that Umberland had to do that because their main goal scorer got injured, so they had to find someone to
Yeah,
score
man,
the goals.
that is
Yeah,
true.
Levan,
And
Levan, before I give it, before I'm just gonna say one thing, right? I think that Jamaica, we need to be like the Brazilian, Argentina, them league. You realize that those teams they only got like 2, 3 old player, but they give young players because as soon as they realize that they're too old, them send away and them give a young player because they need to sell them to make money. That's what we need to do. Hey,
But
man, you
who
like
are we going to
25?
sell these guys
Hey,
to?
guess what? Hey, guess what? You like 25, 26. You get in holding up progressive. We can't make you no money off you. Go play second division football. You 18, 19 year old, come on, I'm give you a game. Because Brazilian teams and Argentina teams, they're not afraid to give players debut because they know that, hey, give a man 20, 30 games, sell him, make a quick money. Like, make a quick money because even though sometimes they could keep them for an extra year, make another 5, 10 million. But that 2, 3 million that they need right now can support the club for another 2, 3 years. So that's what we need to do.
yeah, fair. And something that I missed out on earlier as well. Fresh God was also saying that that's why they're having tier one and tier two and semi-pro. So you have the JPL, then you have the JPL championship, and then you have a semi-pro league after that. And he's also saying that right now, under 20 league is returning this summer, and
Makes sense.
all 12 JPL teams will have to have a team to field.
That makes sense.
It
Where's
does.
the press
Type of
release for that?
feeder team. It's a feeder team. It should be make a lot of sense.
Yeah, where's the
Yep, it
press
does.
release for that? I asked him where's the press release.
Fresh guy, just
Hey,
send some
listen.
information because
Fresh God seems
This
to
man, I can tell this
Fresh
one.
God seems to have ton load of information.
Brandon, you see this fresh god fella, this man know about these things because if I want him to know about fresh god, anything regards to Jamaica football,
Yeah.
this man they're right around the
Because
clock.
one of his comment, one of his comment where he's talking about the six older players and 18 young players, he said we have.
Yeah, man.
So
No
it
say man,
seems
me know fresh god still man. Fresh god come
yeah,
from down that side they still one. But
okay. Because he said we have. So I'm thinking, man, this man have ton
you
load
see,
of information on these people.
he's a
So
humble lion fan, eh?
He's a humble Lion fan. 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 Like I remember, one time. I remember one time when I was in Jamaica, right? I used to go to Glenmore, right? You know, Glenmore in Maypen. So we used to go to Umberland game and Sports Central game all the time. And then I don't know if they still cooperate. Do certain teams still pick from certain high schools?
Technically.
to some extent,
To some extent. Because I know when I was going to Glenmore, all of our players used to go to Portmore, and then a lot of other players, other Umberline players, they used to get players from Clarendon College and all that stuff.
So Gio, here's it. The information is actually on Bina. So Fresh God just shot me to no forward it to Gio. So Fresh God is also saying that yes, they still do because as I said, this man come from down that side. I know that he normally goes to Froob. So yeah,
I, I
yeah,
got to
man.
link up with Fresh God then. I got to link up with Fresh God because maybe I know him somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, man.
probably not. Who knows? But I think we pitch across some good ideas,
Hey,
man.
you said something on the program you went on CVM on, yeah? And they asked you about some midfielders, I think. They asked you about our players to watch or something like that.
Yeah. Players to watch.
There's a guy that plays for Dunby Hole named Nikai Christian. There's not a lot of person talking about this guy.
He
And
has
I
been
watch
good.
him every time he plays for Dunby Holding. I have watched how this guy maneuver the midfield, like very sturdy on the ball, barely loses the ball, always pick up good positions, look to the forward passes. I have watched him from when the Corona time they were playing at Captain Horaceburg Field, and I said this youngster have some amount of talent. I thought he would have probably get at least a training session with the national team
Yeah.
because he's a good holding midfielder.
I'm gonna tell you who
You know what
else.
I mean?
A man from your side. You see, your captain, good player. Romeo
And
Godwin.
all right, is he got three? I think this season has been his best season.
It is.
This season has been his. I think when he just came in the league from Charlie Smith, he was still going to school at the time when he came, we played for Charlie, and this man scored a goal, wicked goal over by Arnett. And I think when the JPL restarted in the Corona time, he wasn't playing so well. I wasn't impressed. I expected better from a captain at that time. And since I think this year, he has stepped up. I can tell you that. He has stepped up a lot and playing really well.
I'm glad you on that, because we're going to stick there. And yes, Christoph saying that Nikai Christian, a big midfielder, should be in the national team. Of all the 12 teams that
Mm.
we have seen this season. Because you know that normally we always give highlights to attacking players. And as I mentioned and see them, you see that defender for Water was that Elvis Wilson fella. I rate him highly.
Yeah.
One player, I say boy up that youth from season, and is the same Trivante Stewart. And you know that Trivante Stewart is a monster already. So that is the
Yeah.
only man we see to boy him up. But when I look at all the teams, which holding midfielder has impressed you the most? Otherwise, I'm Christian. Because obviously, I say you have been watching him keenly.
No,
Like what you see from any other player that you've seen that you can say, yeah.
all right, here's the thing, Levon, because you see, being sometimes when I'm talking from a coach's mind and I analyze the game. You get me? So I mark really hard when it comes to the game because there's some stuff I see, man, I cringe at the things I saw in some of these games. And that's why I can tell you the youngster, the guy, he's not young, he's 30 years old. Nikai, I think he's 31 this August coming.
Christian.
Yeah, I think he's 31 this August
Yeah,
coming.
because he's been around a minute now.
Yeah, I think he impressed me a lot. Yeah, as you said, the guy named Guthrie has really stepped up this season for sure. He has really stepped up. You get me? Those are two of the guys because I watch most of their games. I will watch most of their games. I watch every when there's a big game, the Waterhouse games and stuff like that. I will watch these games. So I will see most of those players. But those are two guys that I have really watched, and I believe they have really improved over the couple of seasons. So I mean, and then again, Guthrie's young, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he could get a try. He's young.
I
Just
know
have
about
more
the
games
court as
though.
well. There's this
Who's that?
youngster at Waterhouse. He played for JC last year, number 6. Can play if you want to play centre back, he can play centre back. If you want him
Mm.
to play midfield, any midfield role, he can play it. He came on in their last game, I believe. Name is currently slipping. He's in the under
The one
23.
that they got 4-2 in,
No, the game before
but
that.
that's the last game they played, right?
It's the game before that, man. I think that game they won 1-0.
Yeah.
When
I never
Shaquille
watched
Batchford
that
scored the
game.
goal.
I never watched that game.
I think that game was against Veer. Yeah, I think it was against Veer. But there's a youngster on that team, and he went to JC. Well, he was at JC last year. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
he's still going back to JC, but he's a young midfielder. I mean, he's short in stature still, but in terms of ball handling,
Yeah.
that looks a good kid, man. But all right, when I look at this weekend now and the remaining competition, which youths you think we can look forward to watching? Like, what would you tell fans to go out and look specifically for this player to impress? Because I don't think what's his name, man, Cephas will be here. I think he's
No,
that
definitely not.
Cephas
Definitely,
is
he will
Cephas
not
is
be
gone.
here.
He's gone. So,
Definitely
so,
not.
so that has dumb any
Mm-mm.
chances of
He's not
winning the
coming back.
thing.
Mm-mm.
So Cephas is
But
no longer here.
can you bring up the matchups so I can see, please? Can you bring up the matchups?
Definitely give me a sec. So it will be Harbour View versus Arnett Gardens.
Is it?
Correct? Yeah, man. Arnett versus Harbour View.
Oh, that's the quarterfinals.
Yeah. So let me just go ahead and bring this up on the screen. There it is.
Mm.
Christoph saying that another underrated player I don't hear everyone talk about is Nelson. That's Nicholas Nelson from Mullins. Good player. Like him.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, you know who need to move? You know who really need to move and get in a better team? I think he plays. I don't know if it's Moby he plays for. It's a brother of them, but the one that is the captain,
So
Nelson.
you're talking about Rodico Wellington and
No,
Ronaldo
Nelson.
Wellington.
Nelson is his name.
No,
I
man, it's
don't know if
Mullins United. Both of them play for, man. He's the captain. He's the same
Mullen.
one, man. Nicholas Nelson.
Yo, the cap. I'm talking the one that plays forward. I think
Yeah, man.
Jeremy is the one that plays
Nicholas
in the back,
Nelson.
right? Youth. I have watched this guy. Yeah, I have watched a few Mullins game, and his link-up game is really good.
Facts.
Yeah, his link-up game is good. The way he goes at the ball, and bear in mind, this man don't have a lot of body. He doesn't have a lot of body to do this, but he finds himself in some position, and I just think he's just scoring. He just needs to just put the ball in the back of the net now. But he finds himself in really good position. Yeah, and this man is athletic, gets himself across the pitch with ease. And I think if he's in a better team, he would have. I think he would have been up there with goals.
Nicholas Nelson or Atafry by grade. Which one of them are taking?
Bygrave start hot, but went cold.
All right, fair.
And some of the goals that Bygrave score, man, he's a poacher. He just find himself in the position. The ball like to find this man in the box for some reason. I'm saying this man is always there when it needs to score. And he went cold after a while. But if you ask me who I would take Nelson. I would take Nelson. Why I would take Nelson? Nelson can play through the middle, anywhere across the front line. That's why I would take Nelson. I think he's more adaptive. That's why I would take Nelson. I
All
think
right.
his ball handling skills is probably better.
Yeah, fresh guy. That's why friend had me confused for me because I was thinking about the guys from movie because I know that one is older than one. So the number 7 is the older one, number 10 is the younger brother. So the younger brother is Nicholas Nelson. That's the striker.
But he's a forward, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He's the
yeah.
one I'm talking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I know, man. We're just saying that they're not twins.
They're not
They're just
twins.
brothers. And
They're
they're just
brothers.
brothers. One is older than
All right.
one.
I know they're brothers. I don't know one. I think playing the back line. He's the one German Nelson, I think, and he can play midfield also.
That's his name, German Nelson. He normally plays
German
midfield
Nelson.
most time.
But his brother, the guy that
Nicholas,
captain.
tall, lanky figure.
Yeah, yo. And I think he can play across the line if you ask him.
He
If
can.
you're playing as a front three, he can play the middle. He can play right. He can play left.
Yep.
He's a runner. That's why I would prefer him over Bygrave.
Those are the players that I like. And look at the matchup now. Harbour View against Arnett. As I mentioned, Arnett without their most influential player in Ronaldo Cephas. One, Trayvon Reed seemed to be hitting some form right now. And then you have this guy
Yo,
that I don't know why this guy come back here.
who?
A guy that was at Cavaliers, went over to Canada and all these places. I'm talking about Nicholas Hamilton.
Listen. The way the league goes now, I don't think anybody fearing Hamilton right now. I think his good days were at Cavaliers.
Yeah, true.
Good days were at Cavaliers.
So
Nobody fear this man right now.
look
Because
at
the
the
way
matchup.
there are younger players in this league now, and they're fearless at this man. At
So
this
let's look at
moment.
the matchup now, right? Harbour View now, you know that they be reliant on, as I mentioned, Trayvon Reed and also Josh
Yeah.
Arnott because he's back in the league. So with that in mind and also Arnett missing Cephas, who are you giving the edge to? I know that Arnett is your team, but you would love to say Arnett, but let's reason it logically right now.
You know my heart is on it, right?
Harbour View.
But if you ask me, I think Arnett Gardens, and this is a matchup Arnett loves it. Arnett love to beat Harbour View. Like Arnett, every time Arnett meet Harbour View, they know like we have to beat these guys. So, but I really believe I think Arnett have more firepower to hurt Harbour View. That's what I believe. They have more firepower to hurt Harbour View. But here's my problem with Arnett Gardens is that the red card they have been taking recently is I want to give some of these players some. I'm saying, what's going through your brain? Some of these red cards are taking, like one of the guys, named Ezra Simpson. Listen to me, man. This man and the one who they call Johnson and some of these guys taking red
Oh,
cards
that
for
Ajuma Johnson.
madman. This man. It's like Steve. Like when I see these things, you them think I call them for turn off my phone because I watch it on the tablet and the phone. They are madness, and I think that can be Arnie Gardens' downfall of playing with 10 men at this point in the season, where if it's either you play good or you go home, that's how it works. You get what I mean?
This is what I'm telling you as well as Fresh God is telling you. Even though Fresh God is carrying Arnett to win because Harbour View
Yo, nah,
fight
like
out
you
in
know
team.
Trayvon Reed. Yo, Trayvon Reed. Yo, this man is a fighter, youth.
He is the next one that I want to see
This
move.
man is a fighter.
Hey, but quick
You may
question,
tell
right?
you, this man is a fighter. But me really believe that if Arnett Garden can get their disciplinary action just under wraps and decide to play football, I think they're going to beat Harbour View in my eyes. But they say unless they get this thing sorted out, I think Harbour View is going to, if they're more disciplined, if Harbour View can remain disciplined, you get what I mean? They can really exploit Arnett Gardens, especially going when Arnett Garden go forward. Because their recovery is not the greatest.
They say
Their
especially
recovery,
Ajuma love go forward.
their recovery is not the greatest, I'm telling you. You get what I mean?
But
Because
you have to take in consideration that Ajuma really, remember say that man throughout high school that man was an attacking player. And since the man got Arnett, since he has been at Arnett, the transfer him into a left back.
mindset, brother. Your mind, same way, is to go forward, same
Of
way,
course, man.
mindset. And that's why I really
Marcelo.
believe if Harbour View want to win this game, they have to exploit Arnett Gardens and counter attacks.
And guess
And
what?
counter attacks using the width of the pitch.
Put Trayvon Reed up against that Ezra Simpson fella, and
And
Trayvon
kill
Reed
him.
is going to
And kill
win
him.
those battles.
Yeah, tell
But
you.
Jill, go ahead with the question.
Yeah, I was saying, I was saying, do you think the guys that's playing in the under 20 is going to be affecting? Is going to be really a big effect because you know that we got some players for both sides but most of the teams playing in the under 20 qualifiers in Costa Rica.
Not much.
Not much from the local league.
Not much
But
from either teams.
they got a couple guys. They got a couple guys
No
like
man,
Arnett.
not much from either of these
No,
teams,
I'm
man.
talking
I think
important because I've been paying too much attention because
Mount
I've been
Pleasant.
paying.
I think the guy from Mount Pleasant is with the squad.
Zimenez.
Campbell's name? What about Campbell?
Yeah, Devante Campbell.
They have
Because
they
they
have a
got
few.
because they got Ricardo Watson, but he doesn't keep, but he doesn't start for Waterhouse. They got Ricardo Watson. They got Roman Blake. He from Waterhouse.
That's the guy that I was trying to remember, Romain Blake.
Romain
That
Blake.
guy plays for Waterhouse,
They
but
got Tariq Jimenez,
Tarek Zimenez plays for Winning the man. Mount
Mount
Pleasant.
Pleasant, Mount Pleasant. Then who else they got? Then only Devante Campbell. They got Devante Campbell too. They're in
Yeah,
training
those
because
two are from Mount Pleasant.
yeah, because their game starts tomorrow. The game starts tomorrow. So I'm saying, do you think it's going to have a big effect on any of the teams?
Not really. In terms of Mount Pleasant, no, because they have been missing for a minute now, and Mount Pleasant has depth. There's a lot of depth.
Yeah,
So I
and there's
don't
a
think
16-year-old that just played for. I think he played for Mount Pleasant. What's his name? No. That's Blake. That's Blake.
no.
Jamal.
What are you talking?
Yeah, no, I'm talking. I was just looking at the squads. Looking at the squads that we're gonna. I'm looking at the squads that we have that's playing the under 20. That's the under 20. So I was wondering if any of these because I've been paying attention, but I've not been paying too much attention because I don't really got the access to it over here. I only got like the YouTube. I only watch the YouTube games. I don't watch all the games. Watch the
All right,
YouTube games.
so all right, like for Cavaliers now, Cavaliers will miss as Fresh God said, Christopher Pearson, and I think there's also another player from them, Lamont Rochester. So Cavaliers will be more affected than Mount Pleasant, if you ask me.
Yeah, Lamont Rochester, the midfielder,
Yeah.
and then
He, he, can-
Christopher Pearson.
he also plays defense in a sense as well. Christopher Pearson is a midfielder. So those two will be missed for Cavaliers. But in terms of Mount Pleasant, I don't think these two will be a big miss. Well, yeah, they are miss, yes, but in terms of a huge fall off, won't necessarily be. But me personally, put it back up. I'm going with Harbour View to win the first leg. Harbour View to win the first leg by a 2-1 score margin. Any score prediction from you?
Uh, I said Alba View 3-2.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm good. Me I say no
I
my
want to
team
see a
still in
lot of
front now.
goals. I
Me I say
want
me
to
I
see a
say
lot
no
of
my
goals.
team.
Wow.
And I think Mount Pleasant go win.
Now we'll eventually get there, man. We're just going by the games one by one, man. So
Wow.
right now, I have
So
I will
nobody
be
have
taking
Arnett to
first leg
win.
2-1.
Nobody have Arnett to win.
Now man, now I thought about Christoph I say Arnett to win 2-0.
I need
No, I
I need
think
to see
Arnett
a
going
lot
to
of
give up a
goals.
goal.
I need to see a lot
I
of
think
goals.
Arnett going to give up a goal at least. At
Yeah.
least. But if you ask me, I'll put it at 2-2.
2-2.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I'll put it at 2-2 because they're going to give up goals.
Yeah.
The guy in goal, what's his name? Eric Gordon? That's his name, right?
No
For
man,
Arnett.
Eric Edwards.
Eric Edwards. Yeah. As I watched, I think he and I had a conversation on Instagram one day. Because I think there was a goal that scored on him because he still has. There are a few keeper errors I saw when he's playing. You get what I mean? Of how he sets the angles that he covers sometimes that they are incorrect. You get me? And I think we spoke about that. And I think if he can get those things correctly, playing a little bit higher, because some of these keepers in the league, they're line keepers. They don't really leave the area like that. You get
And
what I
guess
mean?
what? Guess what, friend? Good point. You know why that man need to leave his line? Is it because Ezra Simpson is a madman and he need to come off him line?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
So I think for that reason, when I talk to him, if they can get that sorted out, of the back line. And funny enough, and this is the whole league. I'm going to talk about this point. It's a whole league. When it comes to set pieces from corners, I mean, they're so horrible, man. Like, check the league how much goals scored from corners.
Not a lot.
There's no innovation when it comes to set pieces in the league. Yeah, it's just straight direct corners. There's not. I'm wondering if they train these type of situations.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah.
what I mean? So, and I think for that, I mean, that's why I believe Arnett can exploit those things when it comes to corner kicks. Yeah, because the guy named, and I think he probably will start, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check. Um, Clark, because he's a backup for what's his name? Um, our guy that gone to North Macedonia. Yeah, because he's on one side sometimes and Cephas on the other side, and both of them full of pace. And everybody know this is
So
how
you're talking
Arnett
about
play
Steve
from.
Clark.
Yeah, everybody know this is how Arnett play from Everton, from Jerome Waite. Down the line, square into the box. Everybody know that. You get what I mean? So, that's why I think Arnett going to give up goals from these counter attacks, but they are going to also score goals. And I think it's going to just finish 2-2
Or
for the
you
first
speak,
leg. But to go through, Arnett for sure.
or you're speaking about keeper. You know, I used to go to the same school. Well, Blake used to go to Clarendon College. Then me and him used to go to the same school together.
Okay.
I still talk to him all the time. Still talk like once in a while.
All right, Fresh got saying that Arnett to win by 2 goals to 1, so going to get through
2-2
there.
Dragon.
Go again?
They were done 2-2. Arnett going to give up goals.
They're going to. That's what. Remember, he said it. He said that Trevor Reid will score on you guys, man. So that's why he's giving them a goal. But, the next matchup, Mount Pleasant against Cavaliers. Obviously, Mel go with my heart. Obviously, Mel go with my side. So Mount Pleasant to win, and I have them going through. Reason being, I think the loss of Christopher Pearson and Lamont Rochester will be huge for Cavaliers. They have been good for them. And yeah, I mean, Zimenez has impressed in the games that he has played so far, and also Campbell. But the thing with Mount Pleasant is that based on the amount of players that they have recruited, that's gone well for them. And even last game out, Andrea Fletcher scored first goal for them, and he has looked good. Hopefully, Mr. Trevante Stewart is back fully fit because he came off in a game the other day. So hopefully he's back fit and ready to go. And I know that one, Daniel Green really wants his golden boot and he's not stopping. So there you go. Even Richard King is also injured for Cavaliers, so there goes
Yeah,
Cavalier chances because
yeah,
that
King
might be the
injured me.
best thing around there for them. So rough for them. Scoreline prediction for now. If you have any, or if you want to talk about the match itself, you can go ahead.
Well, how bad is King's injury though?
Fresh God update.
I don't think he's gonna play.
Because he didn't play the last game for Jamaica.
Mm-mm.
So I'm just checking how bad, and then knowing the resources that Cavaliers might have, if I may say. So I'm checking to see how they can get him, if even for the second leg, if the first leg is not done and dusted already, if it's even for the second leg. Because then again you can't count out a champion, eh? Can't count out a champion. We never know that they would have probably defeated what's the name? They
But
went to the Waterhouse,
but
but you cannot count out a
hold
champion.
on, man. You
Man,
can't
that's a
call a
Mickey Mouse
champion,
final,
but
man. That's a Mickey Mouse
remember,
final, man.
remember this stuff, right now. The man that actually helped them in that final is now on the other side. Even though it might be a slight
Ooh,
man,
top it.
exactly. Two is over on the next side, so you have to factor in that.
All right. No, I wonder if Mr. Speed listening, and if you're listening, Mr. Speed, this is just an advice. Please don't play in the aerial ball. Don't, don't. Corners, short corners, short corners. Yeah. Just play on the ground. Play on the ground, and you are possible to win this game. Because if Cavaliers want to have a chance, Atkinson would have to be on his A+ game. A+.
Yep.
And besides that, Cavaliers will have to defend resolute. Because I mean they're really young, stick together. You get me? Stick together, and it is possible for them to get something from this game. the longer this game go on, and Mount Pleasant don't score, it is going to be a little bit chaotic for Mount Pleasant because they're going to get impatient. So I really don't. Besides that, I don't trust Cavaliers backline. Even with Richard King, I don't trust the backline because it's not him alone make this thing click. Yeah, I don't trust the backline. Somebody said something about the keeper, Jaden White. From under 20 days, I am not his biggest fan. Let me
Yes,
just say that.
Shappy.
From under 20, no, my name, he must be doing something good to be in the national team. He
Sure.
must be doing something good. But I don't really trust. I don't trust him from under 20 from when we play against Mexico in the States because I was sitting there watching that game and I thought he could have done better with the goals. Anyways, going forward, I think Cavaliers will win it over the 2 legs. They might not win the first leg, but over 2 legs, I think they're going to be too much for Cavaliers. And if you ask me for a scoreline over the 2 legs, I think it's going to be maybe 4-2
So
over
you
2 legs.
say you have Cavaliers going through. What the hell is something?
Yeah. He got Cavaliers going to. He said Cavaliers going to win 4-2 on aggregate.
All right, friend, is still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, chip out a minute, man. Where's the Cavaliers to go through?
No, I said Mount Pleasant to go through 4-2 over 2 legs.
Oh, okay.
Mount Pleasant.
I would like to be wrong, though. I would like to be wrong.
Why
Hey,
hating on Mount Pleasant, man?
easy.
No,
Why hating
because
on
I
Mount
think,
Pleasant?
listen, Mount Pleasant have the money of a Man City, but when it comes to having the trophies and all of these things, they're like one of them bottom teams that they're the nearly team.
Easy in a
That's
boss,
what
man.
they are for me.
This a season I bring home the trophy, man. Go
Mount Pleasant
easy,
is
man.
just the nearly team for me. Nearly this,
Fam,
nearly that.
fam,
They're just a nearly team.
fam. Relax, now, man.
So
Relax, man. The team will take home it this season, man. We need that trophy, them, man.
Yeah.
And
I think
yeah,
Mount Pleasant need to win the trophy because I think that if Mount Pleasant win the trophy, I think that's going to give the players more motivation. And
easily.
Mount Pleasant is one of the few clubs that's pushing youths. So I need them to win because I need them because I need to use to realize go to Mount Pleasant, win some title, then go overseas.
Mount
Simple as
Pleasant I
that.
go buy everything and can't buy the trophy. Now if now mug them now win.
No worry yourself, friend. Now we're
Yes.
gonna buy
Not
and
even a
buy
mug.
that trophy.
Now, guess what?
Yep.
If it was a
Not
league
even a
stage,
mug.
I think Mount Pleasant would win. Just like how Manchester City can win the Champions League because it's a knockout competition, but they can win a league
My
stage. I
God,
think if
ease
it's a
off from
league,
the side, no bad man. How I'm doing?
They can't win it, man. They're
We're
just
gonna
a
win it.
nearly team.
Yeah, me.
Nearly this, nearly that. Can't win it.
This season, my season, me I take home the trophy there. JPL tells like come down a sentence this season. Even though they are sentence
hey,
still. But we're not support the Kingston team right now.
hey, quick question. I gotta ask you, which team you think got the best facilities?
Easily Mount Pleasant.
What about stadium wise?
Arnett.
Arnett?
Yeah, in terms of lighting and all of that. Yeah,
How
I'll go with
about
For
Arnett.
sure.
how about best
For
field?
sure.
How about best field? Best playing surface?
No, man, you have to give with them name there. But you know, Mount Pleasant have another field though that the academy use.
Yep.
Man, it's perfect.
Yep.
They
What
don't play on that one. I don't think the league is played on that.
what they play
It's
is like
perfect.
it's like pretty good. What about training?
Perfect.
No. So hold on. So well, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen. Well, I've been in Jamaica for now. Why, right? Do the teams still train on the field that they play on?
Not everybody.
Some and some don't.
I
Not
think that's
everybody.
part of the problem too. I think they all need to have their own training complex.
Yeah. Just like how just like how stadium feel look like what call it? Agpen right now. Me watch a game the other
Wow.
night against Mexico. You want to see bump. Brother, the amount of
Mhm.
bump on that field. Jeez.
And when you look
And
on it, you know, you look pretty, don't it?
yeah,
Yes, man, but you see the closer view you get.
yeah,
Jeez,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. And then one more
Yeah.
thing. And then one more thing. What do y'all think about the Orsbury field? Do y'all like the players playing on turf or no turf?
It,
There's a problem with it. I think Fred will probably agree with me.
But you know the turf
When you're on the
costs more
turf, when you're on the turf,
injuries.
all right, when you're
Tur-
on the
tur-
turf, smooth ball game, lovely ball game. But when you come out on the grass now, it's like you look at a total different team. So
But that's what I was saying. Like when they just started to play, because I spoke to a few players from Tivoli team and the Arnett Garden team who were suffering from injuries, and I asked them like, how is it? And I mean, to train on a grass pitch and then to go and play on artificial can be a bit difficult for them because then it gives the muscles two different like it trick the muscle to say, yo, we're playing on this when we're actually playing on that and all of these things. So I think that can be a problem training on one and playing on one because if prime example when in the Nations League when St. Martin played Turks on the artificial turf, they played really good football, gave them 8-2, yeah. Now the moment that switches
but
and went,
hold on, man, hold on. Tell the man say 8-2 that could have easily been 16-2.
with ease. But when it went on the grass turf, that is totally different. And you realize that Turks, this suits them more. You get what I mean? Because when you go to Turks and Caicos, they have a lot of grass pitches. A lot. You get what I mean? Mine, they have one artificial turf that depending where they're going to play, they will train on that turf. But otherwise, it's grass turf. You get what I mean? And you could see the difference that they were better to maneuver on that pitch because it was grass. So having the players now in Jamaica to say we're training on grass, then go to play on turf, it sometimes cause a problem with especially muscle injuries mostly.
Yeah,
Get what I
yeah.
mean? Hamstrings or calf problems
Achilles,
and all of these
Achilles,
things.
Achilles, Achilles. But you know the funny part about it is, you know that like the real teams, real big teams, they're playing a mixture of turf and grass. So it's turf to hold up the soil, and then grass to like levy it off. Like Barcelona, Real Madrid, they use hybrid grass. They use like so it's a grass, so it's a hybrid at the bottom, and then grass at the top to like smooth it off. And then sometimes they mix the grass with the hybrid, so they could like and they actually like they sow the grass. Have you ever seen it? It's like crazy. They sow the grass. Well, I'm telling you. So when I
Mm-hmm.
was in when I was in Japan, and sometimes when I'm in the States right here, hey, I played on like a real field for the first time because now I'm playing from play on the field. Now Jamaica and I play on turf over here. Now I'm playing that hybrid field. Oh my God, there ain't nothing like that feeling playing on the hybrid grass, that real professional feel. It's
I
like you're
think that
marching.
was one of the problem with Bale
Yep.
because what he was used to in England and what he went to in
Mm.
Spain, that's why he was having so much muscle problems
Yep.
because of the different pitch. So I think that was the problem Bale had.
Oh,
But
Garrett Bale. Garrett Bale.
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
because what's calling? Yeah, because England got more England because of the weather. They have to have a little bit more composite in their material. Because like I said, the teams in Germany would have more like hybrid because of the snows and stuff like that. Because
Mhm.
realize even freezing them fields still look good, and sometimes even snow still look good. So different teams different use different type of fields. But the best one is the one that you saw. I wouldn't mind Jamaica got some of that field, at least for the national stadium. Like we got
Get
a
them the
good
money
field for the
first.
national stadium.
No,
For the
brother.
national stadium.
No, brother. It's a national stadium. National stadium need a whole entire refurbishment from the seating to the field that need for root up, brother.
Now
The
we need a
national
new
stadium are
national
like
stadium.
Old
We need a
Trafford.
new national stadium.
Yes, man. It's like Old Trafford. Yeah, man. They need to uproot right now, brother. That no good, man. That no proper. Yo, Joe, when last have been to the national stadium?
A long time. I think
Brother, them seat over
2016.
there's a tough no backside in brother.
I think
And a
2000.
normal seat them there, brother. They need to fix up them things, brother. So they need to sort out national stadium and need to sort out as I said, the entire stadium need to sort out. Whole entire stadium because I can't tell us them do anything to that and yeah, it costs money, yeah, but I mean politicians out there have money and then can use it.
But the funny part about it is
The
the what
politician they just invade Panama rights and guess what? They have to pay out the man $17 million. So guess what? Money there, yeah, brother. I just
But the
because
funny,
the politician
but the
pocket.
funny part about it is the one thing I fear is I think Ghana is going to be real good in sport because I know that Ghana got that petrodollar now.
Brother, Ghana is not going to be good in
And I'm
sport.
talking Guyana.
Guyana, oh, I thought you
Oh,
said Ghana because if it
uh,
Oh,
was Ghana, I was going to tell you that hell no because
I'm,
corruption will forever run
no,
down
no,
there.
no, I'm talking Guyana because no Ghana they got oil and they be using the money to build infrastructure, all that good stuff. So I think
Who
that's
said that belonged to them?
what's up.
I'm saying who said that belonged to them?
You know,
but
we don't do politics here, so I'm not going to talk about that.
all right, just gonna get final thoughts from you guys. Any other topic that you want to touch on in terms of sporting wise, Jill? You're a minute.
I know that some people might disagree with me, but I think that West Indies they were scoring too slow. But I think a part of it is that the pitches that we play on is just slow going because a lot of times, like even the opposition team when they try to accelerate scoring, it's like the pitch is just like so hard to score on. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like when you're watching England when they're playing at Trent Bridge, like you see the ball just come off the bat and just go easy stroke play and he just go for four easy, nice ball coming out easy. These pitches that we get in the Caribbean, I'm telling you, man, it's like a judgment to scoring it, a judgment on the score it,
Oh, this
a judgment, a judgment. I'm telling you, man, I tell you, man, I tell you, a judgment, because really and truly, like when last have you seen Jermaine Blackwood play like that? Man, take over 150 balls just to score 50 runs. No, that's all I gotta say.
But Frano, you're a minute boss.
well, I'm hoping the next 4 years, Sports Frenzy, we could take it to watch some World Cup games in the States.
Which is right.
Yeah, because I really plan to bring the family and all of us going. So yeah, I look forward to hopefully in 4 years' time we are much bigger and can really
Yes,
take
man, we
the
are going to
podcast,
be bigger.
you know what I mean, and take it over there, watch some games and come in like talk about it and the whole works. I mean, so that is one of the wish that I hope that we reach there. Besides
And
that, it, funny. I was watching what's the name? I hope I have 30 seconds left. I was watching
man, yes, man, go ahead, man.
the basketball finals yesterday, and this is what I've noticed about Boston. It's as if they're just playing freestyle. Like, trust me, they look like me when I was in college playing basketball. Believe you me. Like, we just go out there and decide that this is what we're going to do, and with no plan. I mean, you could see the difference when Golden State has the ball. Oh, they try to get a lot of mismatch, a lot of screens, and all of these things just to get to the right person, open up the right spacing. But when it comes to Boston, the amount of isolation they run and it's not working. Don't load the isolations as if they have no game plan. And that's why I really believe that Warriors would have won the series. Because based upon that, you could see difference in how both teams set up. One is just mainly off team and decide that we're going to space the court and play to their strength, while the other just going to decide we're going to play isolation all day. And when you play isolation, all these guys do when you drive, they just start to double you. Just get the active hands. That's all Warriors play, active hands. And I couldn't understand for the likes of me. These guys are getting $1 million to do this. Like, it is unbelievable. You get what I mean? And mine, I am not the greatest when it comes to basketball coaching. And when I tell people I have a level 1 in basketball certification coaching, they don't believe. You get what I mean? Because I used to play basketball. But believe you me, man, it is harmful to the eye to watch Boston and the way they played in the finals. They play the finals as if it's the first round of the first game. Madness.
But
And it tells you a lot about the other team.
guess who don't mind?
You heard?
4 piece of them face. To them, man. And I remember, when man come tell me about how JSW get knocked out first round and them now this team now go beat them, that team now go beat them.
What? I said Boston. No, no, no. I said Warriors. Remember, you can play by tape. I said Warriors gonna win.
Jay, I'm not talking about you, Jay. I'm telling you, man, it's a jumpy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
But
but
tomorrow, hopefully there'll be a basketball podcast. I know that the original house is running from the show because that man have no teeth at all left. But
wait, Kems is the basketball.
yeah, man, that came source the basketball, man. But
Hey, it's a reason. Sometimes when we see this thing pop up, I'm gonna click on it. It's a reason, eh? It is a reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
Since as he's toothless, that tomorrow probably I'll be the one here because me and Vinny there in a celebration mood, so nobody can give a talk right now. We don't want to hear nothing else. But apart from that, remember, guys, keep on liking, keep on subscribing, keep on sharing, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, I did an interview earlier on today with Miguel Coley. You need to go and watch that. It was an interesting talk with him. Lots of things was learned. And just go back, click on it, watch it over many times, man. Get the viewership up and do the right stuff.
Yep, yep.
And right,
I was about to say, are you going to go to any of the games?
go again.
Are you going to go to the game tomorrow or the semifinal?
I'm not sure, because I'm a busy fella. It all depends. Hopefully, I'll be able to because I want to see more Pleasant live in action. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. If I'm gonna go, I'll let you guys know. But
This is
yeah,
the part that this is the sad part for me, that I am not able to like go to the venues because I would love to go to the venues to watch a game. I have to just jump up on Sportsmax, and I would love to go to the venues to watch the games because if I was every time I come to Jamaica, I have to see a Premier League game. Like I have to attend a Premier League game because, as I said, I always watch for different things. I don't just watch as a fan, and that's what I hate sometimes.
but
That I
yeah,
can't get rid of.
coach always a look for different things.
It is hard to get rid of that part. I really want to just go there and watch as a fan. You get what I
Yeah,
mean? But it is difficult to separate. So I will looking forward to seeing the games. I mean, hopefully Arnett can take this with ease. They start when tomorrow or Monday?
I think it's Monday.
Monday, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah, man.
20th.
Yeah, man.
And that's
Them
when
dead.
is the when is the number one and number two team is going to await the winner of these, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Dundee and Waters are waiting the winners of respective games. So Sabina Park will be the venue, Christoph. First game is at 5 p.m. Second game is at 7:30 p.m. And it's on
Yeah, man.
Monday, the 20th.
Okay,
Monday
okay.
I'm at
And then
home,
and
so
then I
yeah.
think yeah, and then I think what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to come to Jamaica soon because I'm trying to watch that game against New Zealand. I don't know if y'all got anything planned to that, but West Indies is gonna play New Zealand T20 at Sabina Park.
Okay. We'll see that go. Because I really all right. What format? Because if it's test cricket, you're not getting me to the
No,
match.
it's
ODI, you're not
T20.
getting me to the match.
T20.
T20, no problem. I'll see that go. But big up to the man, them man, and respect man. Big up the producer, big up you, the commenters, and hopefully we'll have a show tomorrow and all of that. So keep on supporting us, keep on liking, keep on subscribing, and until then, so long. Enjoy the rest of your night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you're watching us.
Our peace out.